Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it's time for a full body workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like and drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. So we started the day off with squats and bench press. I skipped the deadlift today. I've realized, man, I've got to quit deadlifting 3 days a week. I love doing it. I love doing it. I feel like I just don't recover from it the way I would like, mainly because I'm strong enough on the deadlift. It just becomes a problem. So I decided to just do some other posterior chain work in that slot just a little bit. But squats went pretty hard. Did my 5 rep set with 405 on a high bar squat. And I want to just stick with the high bar. I feel like with me trying to work on shoulders and everything, just doing high bar is so much easier on my shoulders. I just put it on my traps, just get a nice close grip on it, and just work on it. And I mean, I've hit 500 plus on high bar previously when I was, a little younger. So I can just work high bar. I feel like I can get back to 500 on the high bar if I just keep working out a little bit. I'm kind of reduced my food slightly this weekend. I do feel like I need to lean out just a little bit. So I'm just focusing on higher satiety stuff. So like this weekend, I pretty much got most of my calories from watermelon, and baked potatoes. Of course, I have chicken in there and dairy and stuff and a few other vegetables. All right, the benching, this went really good. So I did my 4 reps and I almost went for 5. Right, that 4th rep, look how clean that was. I felt like I could have ground out a 5th rep. But I'm like, you know what? Let's stop. I don't want to risk missing the rep on camera. It felt good though. Felt really, really good. And then I went for my 225. I was hoping to get 20 reps. Like I got to around rep 15 and I'm like, I'm getting 20 reps today. I'm going to get 20. I got 19. These felt good too, but it's the case of my chest was just burning so bad. I almost couldn't lock the 19th rep. It's kind of like we've just slowly chipped away at this. Remember, I got to 18 a couple times. I managed to finally hit 19 one of the days last week. And then, so it was like Wednesday, I got 19, then I got 18 again on Friday. So today on this, and most of these are pause, so a couple of them are touch and go. Most of the reps are at least a brief pause. I got to 19 and that was it. Around 15, I thought I was going to get it. I'm like, I can get 20. I can get 20. Just keep pushing, Jason. Keep pushing. I got to 19 and I almost couldn't lock it. So it's like, man, I'm right at that threshold. See right there, that 19, the shaky, it just felt like it wouldn't lock, like my triceps were giving out. So again, I feel like this is really good tricep work for me. So instead of the deadlift, I'm like, I'll do a set of glute ham raises. I haven't done these in a while. I did a set, pretty much a limit set. So I got 15 reps on the glute ham raise. So again, posterior chain stuff. It can replace the deadlift. I do feel like I need to make sure I do my hanging leg raises. I feel like maybe I should do some dead hangs. I want to make sure the grip holds up. But I felt like, last week on some of the deadlifting, the grip was giving out. But it's not my grip. My grip training and strength is good. It's just probably overuse, probably from the weighted carries, all the other stuff. So again, I can always eventually, if I need to, add some extra grip work. But I feel like maybe I could do some dead hangs from my shoulders. Maybe we could do other stuff there. But in the meantime, I know realistically it's just overall fatigue. So I thought, let's just do a set of glute ham raises and then my reverse hypers. These felt good. They light my hamstrings up. People never like the way I do them, but then they'll see me deadlift over 600 pounds that I in the past when I've built it off of these movements. And I think we're good. The reverse hypers, I just been pushing these for an all-out set at this point. Just doing one really serious all-out set, and I feel like it's worked pretty well in terms of just loading and feeling like I'm working everything. So I'm getting 60 plus reps. So for a while, this is a weight I stepped up to, and I was doing like 25 or 30. So I'm like, look, let me just push these to one serious set all the way to the limits. And when I'm doing that, I've been hitting higher and higher reps. Like I lose count, but I know I got at least 60. It was 60 something. I don't even care at a certain point. As long as just we create that overall workload there. So, and the other thing is I'm doing a little more leg stuff on the GBP days, pushing my sled, doing my jump. So I feel like that will continue to carry over to the squat. But I do want to make sure I do some hanging leg raises there on those days. I got to remember to do that, mainly because I feel like I need the extra grip. The grip will carry over to the deadlifting. But all these other movements build my deadlift. Squats build my deadlift. Reverse hypers build my deadlift. I love deadlifting 3 days a week, but sometimes I feel like squatting and deadlifting on all the days, it starts to accumulate. It's just a lot of fatigue. And that's the other thing, guys. I mean, I've realized the longer I train, I don't have to have high volumes of training. I do really well with low volumes. I get big, I get strong. I've never needed huge amounts of volumes even to push really big weight, build big muscle, especially my lower body. I just don't have to have it. So I feel like at this point, focus on bench and weighted chins, just push progression on those, and then fill in the gaps a little bit. So I've started adding, obviously, I want to get the overhead press back, but I can't get a full lockout, and I'm still weak on it, particularly the lockout. So I'm having to just check my ego and go really light. But the chins, so again, notice the inability to lock. Notice those dead hangs. On a lot of those are hanging. But I'm able to get here. I'm able to get sets of 7. And on the second one, I did a rest pause rep. So I'm like, if I'm not going to do curls every workout, like I did 1 set of curls on Friday, but mostly focusing on chins, I'm like, let me just push, sets to failure and then maybe a rest pause rep. And it lit my biceps up, right? I feel pull-ups, narrow grip pull-ups, and then chin-ups are all pretty much just a bicep movement for me, as far as what I feel anyways. I know I have a big wide back and pull-ups do that, but I feel it more these days in my biceps, especially the closed grip pull-ups. Same thing with the chins. It feels like only a bicep exercise. But I felt great activation here, so I'm just going to push that. And when my arms were the biggest, this is what I was doing anyways. I wasn't really doing all these curls and 20 sets of curls I've been doing. So I'm trying to avoid overtraining my arms. Because the muscles I have that are always dominant, I don't ever do huge volumes. I just get really strong at them, and then everyone says, oh, those muscles are they dominate for you. And it's like, yeah, but I don't do huge amounts of bodybuilding work for them, But lately I've realized I do need to bring my delts up. So here I'm doing just a strict press, right? Nice strict press. I'm going a little wider because I've noticed the closer my lockout is even worse, and then it strains my shoulders. It hurts my shoulders. I had a mild shoulder pain the other day from doing that. So I'm like, let's just take it nice and wide. Focus on getting the most range of motion I can. And if I'm forced to go, because I have to use an even lighter weight when I go wide, I'm weak at it. But how do we get stronger? We get stronger by doing it. I've done heavier. When I was good at overhead pressing, I could do a lot more weight than this. Way, way, way more, obviously. Because you guys have seen me strict press 225 numerous times back in the day. So I'll just work it up. And I'll just have to check my ego on it. I'll just check my ego. So then laterals, these got a little heavy. I think I got 14 or so last time. These have been getting a little stronger every workout, just taking the reps as far as I can. I got like 15, and then I got like 16 on the second set. So these feel good. And I didn't do any curls today. I did a set of curls to failure on Friday. So I'm just going to push the chins hard. I'll work in a set of curls here or there, but I don't want to overtrain my biceps. But I do want to make sure my delts get hit really hard. I feel like as if I get a little leaner, bringing those shoulders up will go a long way to make me look better as I lose a little body fat. So again, I want to work the shoulders, and then I know on the overhead, I feel like for triceps, the benching, high rep benching just fries my triceps anyways. So I want to focus on bench so we can do some overhead. I'll do a set of band press downs here or there on some of the GPP days. But mainly shoulders are what I'm going to focus on isolating. And then, of course, I do 1 set of neck extensions because I feel like posture and neck and everything can be a factor in overhead lockout. So I'm just progressively overloading 1 set of these, and I've just been loading it, adding more and more reps. When I get to 20, I add more weight each time. I'm up to 18 with this plate. But happy with today's workout. The benching was great. Squatting was great. So I hope it's been informative. And I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.